Hey queens, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So if this is your first time on here, you're welcome. My name is Esther. On today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to draft this structured peplum blouse with a dramatic scallop overlay. It is also going to be featuring a fitted bodice, which also has like an inbuilt corset, a stylish neckline, and also a long bell sleeve, which also has design on it. So this dress has a lot of features and we'll be covering everything in parts. So on this first part, let us get started with the front bodice. Please remember to like this video, drop your comments, and also subscribe if you haven't. Thank you. For this style, you want to make sure your pattern is on fold. So I have on the table my pattern on fold. And for this first part, I am going to be focusing on the front bodice. Now I am going to go ahead to draft my princess dart bustier, but this princess dart is not going to be in the armhole, but on the shoulder, from the shoulder to the waistline, okay? To get my starting line and the shoulder line, I came down by 0.5 inch, and that is what I am rolling now. So now I will go on to place my tape on my shoulder line and then impute all my vertical measurements. So the first is going to be my bust point, which is at 10.5 inches. And I'll go on to impute that. My under bust is 14 inches. And my waistline in the front is 17 inches. And right now, I'm just going to mark on all of that and I'll rule that out. So all these measurements I just imputed are not standard. So please go ahead and measure yours to know what your own measurements are. So to get the full length of my blouse measurement, I came down from my waistline by 10 inches. So I'm going to go ahead to mark that out. So this is now my blouse measurement. This is also going to be the measurement for the back. So the additional extension is just going to be the blouse length measurement. What I mean is that the scallop structure at the front is just going to be the blouse measurement, but this is actually my full length measurement. You understand? So I went on to label all of these. So it's time for me to impute my shoulder measurement divided by 2 on my shoulder line. So I divided my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5 inches. So my shoulder is 15 divided by 2, which is 7.5, but I imputed 8 inches over there. So the 0.5 is for stitching allowance. So and the neck width and neck depth I use for the front is 3 by 3. Now I'm just going to be connecting with my French curve. So I came down by 1 inch to get my shoulder slope, and then I'm just going to be connecting this into the neckline. So now from the 1 inch shoulder slope, I am going to come down by 8 inches to get my armhole depth and also my chest line. Please always make sure you reconfirm all these measurements before you go on to rule to get a straight line. So right now I'm just going to go ahead to connect all those lines with a straight line. So to get the armhole curve, I will just locate the midpoint of the armhole, which is 4 inches, and I'll come out from that midpoint by 0.5 inch. And I'll go on to divide my bust measurement by 4, and I'll just impute what I have over there. So I'm going to use my ruler to extend the lines. You can just go on to make a straight line because that is your new chest line, okay? So right now I'm going to be connecting all 3 dots to get my armhole curve. So if you have any question, please just drop it in the comment section. And if you have watched this video up to this very point and you've not remembered to subscribe, please just hit on the subscribe button. And please, I want to beg you to just like this video so that this video can get recommended to as many people that are interested in sewing tutorial videos like this. And also remember to turn on your notification bell in case I upload my next video so you can get notified. So I have my chest line over there, and now I am going to be imputing my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. And for that I got 4 inches. Because it is 8 divided by 2 is 4, and I'm going to be marking that from my bust point line. And from my shoulder line, I came down by 19 inches. That is where the dart is going to be stopping at. So I went on again to measure my 4 inch to make sure I'm going to get a straight line. And I'm going to be ruling that straight line on the bust point line and on the 19 inches I came down by. Now I will go up on my shoulder and I will divide it by 2. And on the midpoint, I will just connect this, my nipple to nipple measurement, okay? Just like you see me do. So that was why I said that this dart is not going to be in the armhole, but on the shoulder. So before I impute the dart tightening, I would go on to form a new line again for my sweetheart line. You know this is a sweetheart's blouse. So for that I came down from my shoulder line by 7 inches and I made a rule into the armhole, and right now I am coming up from my bust point line by 1 inch. Okay, so I'm just going to be placing my curve ruler like this, and I will connect a sweetheart into the armhole. and I'll still be maintaining it on the new, like on the 7 inches sweetheart line I came down by, if you understand what I mean. So please understand that this sweetheart is deep, but it is still not going to be exposing my cleavage, because this blouse is going to be having a yoke and I am going to be using it to cover it up. So I'm just going to be maintaining the depth of this sweetheart neckline, because I want to try my best to recreate exactly what I see on this picture. So I am going to come out from the under bust line, and on the side front I will come out by 1.75 inch, and from the center front I will come out by 0.75 inch. So if your bust is smaller, you want to use 0.5 inch. If it is bigger, you want to use more. So right now I'm going to be connecting these lines. So these dart legs I'm going to be connecting from the under bust to the waistline, and I will just send it into the 19 inches line I came down by. Okay. And so when I was done with that, I'm just going to be using my French curve ruler, and I will connect the curves into my bust point line. Just like you see me curving. You see the way I place my curve? Just go ahead and place the curve like that. Right now, I'm going to be imputing my upper bust tightening, and to do that, on my 7-inch sweetheart line, you remember the line? Yes, I'll come up from that line by 0.75 inches from both sides of the straight line that I got from my shoulder measurement divided by 2. So I'm going to be imputing 0.75 inches from both line, and it's going to give me 1.5 inch. And I will also go on to connect those lines, those curved, into my bust point line with my French curve. So in case you have watched to this very point and you understood everything correctly, let me know in the comment section. And if you also have any questions to ask, do let me know also in the comment section. And also, please interact with this video. Just drop a comment or your favorite emoji in the comment section. So this is what I have, and this is what you should also have if you do this correctly. So by taking out this dart, you will realize that it has interfered with the armhole, right? It has interfered with the armhole. So now to do that, we are going to be replacing whatever dart intake we took out from the upper bust line, and that is 1.5 inches, and I am going to be replacing it on my armhole, and I'm going to be using my curve ruler to connect that as that line. Okay, like that. I'm just going to curve that out like that, and I am also going to be replacing my 1.5 inch on my chest line, right? I'm going to be adding that, and I'm just going to be connecting like so. I hope you understand what I'm doing. You can see what I'm doing, and if you have any question, like I always say, just put it on the comment section. So by the time I am done with this, you do not have to replace anything on this yoke, right? You don't have to replace anything. By the time you're done taking everything, it will definitely fall in the right position. So now it is time for me to impute my body measurement, and on my waistline I'm just going to divide my waist measurement, divide by 4. Then I mark whatever it gave me, and I will replace my dart of 2.5 inches, and I'll mark it there, and I'm just going to be adding 1 inch for seam allowance, and I am not adding any extra allowance to this. And on the bust point, I'm just going to be adding my 1 inch allowance also. So if you notice, I did not add any extra body allowance to this dress because I'm going to be snatching it at the end of the day. On my full length line, I'm going to be dividing my waist. Okay, my waist measurement divided by 4, which is 10 inches, and I added 2 inch to that. So I might even add more allowance to this while I'm cutting on the fabric, because it has like an hourglass shape if you notice the blouse. So I'm going to be using my French ruler right now to connect all the lines. So after I was done with all of this, I'm going to be imputing my side dart. So this side dart is going to be the difference between my back measurement and my front measurement, and for me it is 1.5 inches. So my back full length is 25.5 inches while the front is 27.5 inches, but after I have taken this side dart, it is going to arrive at the same measurement of 25.5 inches. So please only take this side dart after you have already done your body measurements, like you've imputed all your body measurements. So right now I'm just going to be shading out all the parts that I'll be cutting out. And please, everything I drafted on this first part, I repeated on the second part. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm just going to be making a straight line, like I'm just going to be extending my 4-inch nipple to nipple measurement down to the full length of my blouse. So I'm not going to be cutting out everything. I'm just going to be closing up my side darts. I will just go on to open it up and I will close it up like so with my tape, like my paper tape. And as you can see what I was saying, I repeated the same thing I drafted on the left hand side, I repeated on the right hand side. So right now it is time for us to form our scallop structure, and to do that I'm going to label this and I'll get the right hand side and the left hand side. This is very important, okay? Also, you need to understand that this structure effect is taking place at the nipple to nipple line, like the 4-inch nipple to nipple line. So on the right side from the dart line, I'm coming out by 3 inches. I came down by 3 inches and I'm just going to make a curve. And from the side of the right side, I'm coming up also by 3 inches and I'm just going to make a connection, right? And I'm just going to be curving that inwards. And from the left hand side, from the dart, I did not come downwards, so I just connected directly from the dart, and I'm just going to be making like a U shape in the center front, right, like that. So if you notice in the center front, it is coming like close to the right hand side than the left side. Okay, so what you want to do is that you want to watch this blouse properly so that you can get this correctly. So the left hand side is like 1.5 or 2 inch longer than the right side. I'm going to be using my paper. I'm going to be adding a paper to the left side so that I can get a longer asymmetric effect from that side. I'll be coming to that later, but right now I just want to make sure that I get this other part correctly. And you can see I'm still going on to retrace all of this. So you want to make sure that you are using a pencil and an eraser because you will really need it. So now I want to focus on this left side, and you can see I am trying to attach another paper to it so I can get a longer length. So please remember, I am only doing this to the left hand side. So you see the reason why I say you'll be needing your eraser and a pencil, because you will make a lot of mistake and you don't want to use a marker so you don't end up wasting too many pattern papers. So also on this left side, you will notice that the line is kind of straight, right? It is not curved. It is straight and it has a sharp end. So that is what I'm doing now. On the new paper I added, I just came down by 1.5 inch because I don't want to use a longer length. I don't want this blouse to be way too long. So 1.5 inch was just okay for me. So I will just go on to create all these lines until I get a perfect creation, like I am satisfied with the end result. So as you can see, that part is already coming out sharp and pointy, and that is what we are looking for. So when I was satisfied with everything, I'm just going to be using my highlighter marker and I'm going to be highlighting on these curved lines, and you can see how beautiful this came out. And when I was done with everything, I'm just going on to cut this out. And right now I will place it on this brown paper. So this is going to be the overlay, like the scallop overlay, right? And I'm just going on to pin everything. I'm going to be pinning the white pattern on the brown paper, right? Just like so. And right now I'll go on to create my scallop effect on the brown paper. And to do that, I'll come down from this right hand side. I came down by 4 inches and I'm just going to make a curve, right? Like you can go on to measure this. You want to use 1.5 inches to 2 inches to give it space. Like you're going to be spacing them by 1.5 to 2 inch, but I just didn't want this to be very, very long. And I'm just going to be maintaining this. Although I did not use any measurement for this, I just went on to connect this with the curve. I'll just go on to continue curving this, right? I'm following. As you can see, I am looking at the picture on my phone. So right now on the left hand side, I came down by 4 inches also, and I'm just going to be connecting this towards the right hand side. So I will continue curving using my pencil. I will just curve until I get my desired shape. And as you can see, I'm just going to be slanting a straight line into this left side, and I'll also come down by like 1.5 inches. Yeah, I'm just going to be connecting like that. So another thing, you want to make sure that at the sides, right, at the side, you also want to cover it up. All right, don't worry, you see what I'm talking about towards the end of the video. So I'm still going to use my eraser to correct every mistake, and I will just continue to curve until I get my desired curves. So do you see these points I am highlighting right now? These are the sides I was talking about. Like, you want to make sure you put that into consideration, right? Do not make a mistake of taking that part out. So I'm just going to continue highlighting on all these curves. So just watch and see how I'm going to be cutting out everything. So I'm going to be stopping this video here, and on my next tutorials, we are going to be focusing on the drafting of the back part, the sleeves and the yoke. Okay, so this tutorial is going to be a very detailed tutorial, and we are also going to be sewing on everything, so you do not want to miss out on these tutorials. So subscribe if you haven't done that, and like this video, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye.